Suburban Sentinel here, along with Bella the Camera Cat, with our continuing series on the joys of wet shaving. And I will leave the links to the foundational videos in the comments section below. So, once you have successfully completed a wet shave, we have a few other things that you're probably going to want to do. Even with the best of wet or badger and blade shaves, there's a certain amount of irritation that is part of the program. It's just the nature of the beast. When you get a really close shave with a metal blade, there is going to be a little bit of irritation. And that irritation can lead to redness or razor burn, some bumps on your skin, or itching. Fortunately, there are some very easy and inexpensive ways of avoiding this. On the screen here are 3 individual bottles of witch hazel. Witch hazel in its pure form is merely a distillate or extract of the common shrub, very prevalent in North America and elsewhere, known as witch hazel. It is widely believed that this class of shrubs is called witch hazel because the branches of the shrub were often used to make divining rods. Pure witch hazel is a natural astringent, meaning that it tends to shrink inflamed or cut tissues. In addition, when mixed with alcohol, which is commonly done, witch hazel becomes a potent disinfectant. So what will witch hazel do for the typical wet shaver? Well, first, it tends to soothe one's skin after a close shave. In addition, witch hazel prevents redness and razor burn. It also disinfects and will stop bleeding in very minor nicks, cuts, and weeps that are inevitable even for the best wet shaving practitioners. Witch hazel is also very easy to use. After you're done your final pass shaving, simply rinse your face off, blot any excess water away with a clean towel, and then splash witch hazel on liberally. Then you're going to wait for the witch hazel to dry, and you'll feel your skin start to tighten as it dries out. At this point, there are 2 different ways to proceed. One is to just leave the witch hazel on your face and move on to your next step. And we'll go through what those next steps are in later videos. And in the alternative, some guys like to rinse the witch hazel off. Both methods work. It is strictly an individual preference. There are many different brands of witch hazel. Shown on the screen here are 2 of the most popular, Dickinson's and Thayer's. And you can have witch hazel with all types of additives, including scents and extra alcohol. And this one has aloe and all kinds of stuff. But the basic product is all the same. And it's relatively inexpensive. Witch hazel runs between $4 and $10 a bottle, depending on the brand and type you get. So let's clear our witch hazel out and talk about another product, which is commonly known as alum. Let me put it on the screen here. They usually come in a little box like this. Let me get in a little bit closer. Alum is a natural stone, and generally when we're talking about shaving, it is potassium alum rather than ammonium alum. Both types work for shaving. Potassium alum is much more prevalent in the shaving world, and it is a little bit more comfortable to use. And as you see here, it is a white or often translucent stone, and what you do with this is simply moisten it and rub it on your face after shaving. Like witch hazel, alum is a natural astringent and antiseptic. So it's very good for use after shaving. Does the same thing as witch hazel in preventing razor burn, redness, and itch. Just like witch hazel, there's a couple of different methods. Again, you rub it on your face, either moisten your face or moisten the alum or both, and leave it to dry. Again, some guys leave it on, some guys rinse it off after it dries. I'm using the cat as the backdrop here. Some notes on alum: it is highly water soluble. So after you're done using it, dry it thoroughly before you put it away, otherwise it will dissolve. Another thing is alum is highly frangible. So you have to be careful with it because you drop it in the bathroom on a hard counter or tile and it's gonna fly in 5 different pieces and render your block almost useless. Another helpful hint is that alum, particularly potassium alum, makes a pretty good deodorant and anti-perspirant. I have used it before. It does not work quite as well as my normal product, but it does work pretty darn well. Finally, don't overpay for alum. Some of the fancier shaving stores and fancy shaving websites will charge $18, sometimes $20 for a block of alum like this. And that's really crazy. I think I usually pay $4 or $5 for a block. So the obvious question is alum or witch hazel? Well, it doesn't have to be an either or situation. You can use both. In fact, in certain instances, I prefer using both. If I haven't shaved in a few days, if I've been out in the field or camping or whatever, I like to use the alum first and then the witch hazel. On most days, I tend to use only the witch hazel because it's just a little bit faster. I prefer alum when I travel just because it's lighter and easier to schlep around than a big bottle like this. And in a pinch, if I forget deodorant or run out of deodorant, I can use the alum instead. So there we have it. Using an astringent is the first step in our post-shave process. In the next couple of videos, we'll go into further steps. So thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel, assisted by Bella the camera cat. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. Shave safely, everybody.